Okay, so we're just gonna hop right in and we're gonna start talking about 2v2 rotation. So I'm not sure how much you really know, and you said this is what, around like Diamond 1, roughly?
This is Diamond 1.
Okay. So the main thing about 2v2 is that you pretty much never want to overcommit on offense. That's really the main way you'll get scored on. So just having, like, or taking turns, I guess I should say. Taking turns with your teammate going for the ball. Keep them in front of you, like your teammate in front of you, as much as you can. And when they're behind you, it's your turn to go. It's pretty simple rotation, but you'd be surprised how many people just, like, don't understand that if your teammate's in front of you, even if you have a good hit, it's not okay to go. Think of it as, like, you can see your teammate in front of you trying to go, but your teammate can't see you behind him trying to go. So, like, it doesn't really make much sense for you to try to take it. Give me 1 second. I just need to turn you up a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, I tend to be a little quiet. I don't...
That's okay. We're good, I think. Okay, we should be good now. But yeah, so yeah, pretty much like a good way to play 2v2 is to just let your teammate go as much as you can, especially when you're solo queuing. When you're with a teammate, it's a little bit different, but we're just gonna hop right in. Okay, so since the replay just started, I might as well do this now. We're gonna talk about kickoffs a little bit. Have you ever tried like a faster kickoff or no?
No.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna teach like a really basic starting kickoff. So if you go into free play and you turn off this unlimited boost thing, every time you reset the ball, you'll spawn with the correct amount of boost, and you'll spawn in a kickoff spot. So it's pretty helpful for practicing. So the best, like, or the easiest fast kickoff, I should say, is just doing one front flip on the way to the ball. Every single time you do a kickoff, the most important part is that you're landing before the ball and you're jumping and flipping into the middle. So if you're doing something like this, see, I couldn't get up into the middle of the ball in time. That would be a bad kickoff. So you want to make sure you can flip and then hit it in the middle. So the easiest way to do that, while you're just starting to learn faster kickoffs, is doing one front flip on the way there. So if you just do this, and you want to try to have a good amount of boost left over, as I'm not doing that with any of these. I don't do kickoffs like this, so I mess it up sometimes, but you want to try to have like around like 15 boosts left if you can. Unfortunately, I'm really bad, so I usually don't, but yeah, so that's
what kickoff do you do?
So this is my kickoff. I do like a side flip,
okay,
kind of thing. So I jump and tilt to the right and kind of like diagonal flip a little bit, or like side flip. It's weird. I don't do like a full side flip, but I don't do a normal diagonal flip either. I guess it's a diagonal flip. I'm just tilting down beforehand. Whoops. But yeah, so this is just a good way to practice kickoffs. You just want to make sure you're hitting it in the middle. If the ball is not going straight and the ball is going up in the air, it means you're probably getting too far under it, or you're not hitting it right in the middle. So you want to just practice these whenever you get the chance. Also, playing 1v1s would help, but if you're anything like me, 1v1s suck, so I understand not
wanting to play like 3 or 4 rounds. Like 1v1s are just so intense that I can only play them for a short amount of time.
I totally get that, yeah.
I love it, but it's so intense.
Yeah, it's a lot less. You can't play 1v1s as casually as you can play 2v2 or 3v3.
Yeah.
But we'll just hop back into the replay. That's just a little bit of ways to practice kickoffs. I think you're getting to the rank now where it's going to be pretty important to learn them. I'd say you can probably do what you're doing in Diamond 1 and Diamond maybe like 2. But once you start getting into like Diamond 3 champ area, it's going to be pretty difficult. Let me go back a little bit. I mean, the other guy does a fast kickoff. You seem to get in the way pretty well.
I'm really good at that. No, I don't lose very many in terms of...
Yeah, so...
I know how to kind of adjust, but I know that they're not doing like the fast kickoff.
Yeah, so if the person's kickoff is good, there's really no way for you to win it unless you just predict it. But the other problem with what you're doing is that you don't have boosts left over most of the time. You did have it that time. You kind of delayed your kickoff, like. See how
I do when I see that they're doing the quicker kickoff, I kind of slow down so that they hit it, and then I flip into it, so that most of the time it's going to their side.
So I'm not gonna lie to you. They're also, as you get higher, pretty much the kickoff will look like this if I can get it to spawn in the right spot. So if I see my opponent doesn't flip, I can do this and they're not gonna hit it in time. Like if I just boost in the air a little bit and get to the side of the ball, you're not gonna get there in time to make contact. You'd have to have like a random pre-jump in that direction. So eventually that will stop working as well. So even if you read it right, if they also read it right, then they're just gonna get right past you, and that could be a bit of an issue. So it's just something I'd say that's worth learning, but at the same time,
no, it's actually gonna be because like we tend to cheat up a lot. So if we're getting beat like that and we cheat up, like it's tough.
Yeah, and I mean cheating up is the best thing to do in twos, but if you don't have a reliable kickoff, then it can backfire a little bit. But yeah, you guys are correct that cheating up is what you're supposed to do, especially in 2v2. Okay, so this is fine. You have good positioning right now. This is all fine. Okay, this is good too. Just keeping it in the corner. So we can just leave this for our teammate. Good job.
This is where I mess up.
Okay, so we'll go back a little bit. So it feels a little bit awkward, like how far back we're sitting once you know your teammate's gonna win. And maybe it's just me, but like I'd say about like right here, you know your teammate's gonna win that. I guess you do turn up, so that's fine. I think we just maybe could have saw it a little bit earlier, but that's fine. And then this is just a mechanical error, so there's not too much to say here. You just didn't really need to challenge. So
I didn't jump one. I just kind of rode up the wall, or didn't jump soon enough, or I should have stayed back.
So what should have happened here is one of two things: either guard high, not low. So you guarded a low challenge, and he took it above you, which is really bad for your teammate. But also, if you aren't comfortable with the challenge in the corner, I think you are correct for challenging this. You shouldn't leave that one. You should challenge, but if you're not comfortable, then fake challenging is always an option too. But I think you did fine here. It's just, cover high, not low. Or better yet, actually, since we know he's gonna beat us, once we get about right here, we kind of see that he's gonna beat us, so we can take this boost and kind of drive up the wall right here and see where he's gonna hit it and try to either cut it off or or if he hits it up high, then you can kind of wait for it to pass you and then follow and try to hit it off over to the other corner. There's just a couple things you could have done here. This is just, mechanical whiff. It happens. Okay, I like the cheetah. Ooh, we didn't double jump. That's all that one was. Do you normally single jump aerial, or was this just a whoops type
So
of thing?
in practice, when I'm thinking about it, I double jump. But when I'm in game, I don't know why I struggle with doing it. Like I do it in practice all the time.
So something I've kind of learned over the years is people kind of learn aerials in stages. They kind of just single jump everything, and then they start double jumping everything out of nowhere, and they'll never single jump. And then they'll start learning single jumps with flipping into the ball, and when they can do that and when they can't. So I think you should just start spamming double jump aerials for pretty much everything, unless it's really, really low. It's kind of a mental thing. You gotta get used to it, but I mean, that's probably where you're at right now. I feel like the best way, and I feel like this kind of applies to everything that I'm saying and going to say, the best way to practice anything is to really think about that one thing by itself, the whole game. So if you need to start double jump aerialing, go into a game and just think before the game and during the game, okay, all I'm going to do this game is focus on when I can aerial, and I'm going to make sure I double jump. Like, just kind of focusing on one thing really helps break that mindset that you kind of had. If you just autopilot and know that you're making a mistake, you're not really going to fix it very quickly. So that's just a little bit of advice I'd have, or I do have. Is it playing? What the heck? Okay, there we go.
They were nice.
It's very nice of them. Okay, so once we see him go up the wall, we probably shouldn't jump. We know that he's gonna go for this. If he didn't own goal it, you kind of just wasted boost and positioning. You would have been fine to get back because you didn't commit too hard to the aerial. So it's good that you stopped, but yeah, we did see him going up, so we kind of knew that he was gonna jump. Plus, we also could have, even if he didn't jump, we could have probably jumped a little bit later for this if we wanted to. Well, no, actually, you jumped at the right time if you were going, but all right. Died, no kickoff. Probably the same thing, right? Just driving
Same
into.
thing.
Okay. So yeah, you're doing good at that kickoff, like when it comes to reading how they hit it. But they're just also not like kind of playing against it either. Okay, not bad. You didn't get the contact you wanted to. I'm guessing you're trying to hit it with like the nose of your car, but regardless, just practicing. Oh, unlucky, but you got the bump.
Those like really close ones, I don't know why, but I tend to miss a lot.
Yeah, and that's usually like no, it's not always. I'm not sure what you do, but usually that's a sign of either not doing free play enough or doing the wrong things in free play. Lacking consistency is usually a practicing, and then kind of just, if you're pretty consistent, it means you probably practice a lot but don't have enough in-game experience, so it kind of all just depends. Okay, nice. Good kickoff from your teammate. I want to watch it again. Ooh, the speed kickoff. I like it.
Is that the cancel flip one?
No, I don't think so.
No,
he didn't actually do a speed flip. He just did it speedy. He just did a nice kickoff. I think, actually, I want to watch it from his point of view. I don't like his camera settings at all. That kind of disgusts me, but that's a pretty good kickoff. He didn't really hit the middle of the ball, but he also might have read where they were hitting it, but I think that was also kind of lucky, but I'm not sure. It was good, though. Nice. Yeah, so now we've kind of learned that, like, you're doing good with your kickoffs. It's just, a big thing of, like, in the future, will it last type of thing. Okay, so we're sitting, honestly, you're positioning this game, and I mean, it is, oh, wait. Oh, okay, never mind. The positioning in this game is pretty solid. I think there's a little bit of sitting too much or too far back, but I think we kind of... Oh, close? Not even close. Not even worried.
I was worried. At the time, I was worried.
So, there's one thing I want to say. Right now, and I know you aren't warmed up probably, and I kind of just out of nowhere told you to play a game and make me watch. But I'm getting the vibes that I feel like your positioning is really good for your rank. It's kind of like a mechanics thing.
It's the mechanics thing, and I like to blame it on I'm older. Like, I'm 45, but that's real. Some of the stuff that I should be able to do, like I don't know if it's a mental block or just practicing or.
I get you. Yeah, so we'll definitely go over more mechanical things today then. We'll go over like specific things and also just ways to practice. Cause yeah, I feel like it pretty much all is mechanics. I feel like you definitely, for the most part, are always in the right spot so far. You really did let your teammate kind of go in front of you. You're not overcommitting. Nice. It's kind of just been mechanical lifts. I'm actually going to go back to that one that bounced off your post. Okay, so this is going to be one of those things where there's a couple ways to do it, right? So me personally, at like a high level, what I would have done is double jumped into it and probably redirected it. Like, I would have turned upside down, redirected it off my like back wall, and it would have went over here somewhere. But just because that's like what I would have done doesn't mean it's necessarily like the best thing for you. So I feel like for you, you'd probably would struggle less if you kind of sped up a little bit more and then came at it more at like a side angle rather than trying to like jump and follow it and trace it and then try to put it off to the side. So if you just speed up and try to get to the side of it, you might have a little bit more success. I'm not sure if that was possible here, but yeah, so you're not going as fast as you could be, and you kind of didn't really take a straight route either.
Yeah.
So you probably could have made it to where you're jumping from the side more, but it wasn't a bad attempt. It's just you could have made it a little bit easier for yourself.
Well, I've been practicing a lot of air rolls, so I think if I would have been comfortable, like that's one thing I've not been comfortable doing in game at all is air rolling and jumping.
Okay.
But I think if I could air roll that and just turn around, like it would have been a much easier hit too.
Yeah, so the only problem with the air rolling and turning around is that the momentum, your car's momentum was still going towards your goal, and the ball was going towards your goal, so your hit would be really, really weak.
They would have just set it right in front.
Yeah, so you want to try to put it in the corner as much as you can. So if you had the right idea with air rolling, I'm actually going to go back again. So if you, let's see, so if you jump a little bit later and air roll, you can kind of see how maybe like if you jumped later and air rolled, you'd be on the side of the ball more, and you'd be like air rolled, kind of like I can't air roll my camera, but like if I spun it like left, I guess I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, if I air rolled left, I could flip into it and hit it that way, but you'd have had to jump later to still have your flip. But that's probably the best way to do it if you're stuck in that position rather than jumping so early. Because yeah, you can kind of see how, with how fast the ball is moving, if you air roll here, it's just going to drop it down pretty much. But this ended up working out somehow, but we take those.
We do.
Hey, that's part of Rocket League too, having fortunate bounces. So, in its own way, that's a good play.
Just slow right here.
Yeah, so there we want to get a little bit more consistent and be able to like hit that with our nose. So
yeah,
personally, I would have jumped and then like arrowed to the right and then flipped to the left and kind of like put a shot on target. But even just like hitting this with your nose and putting it in the corner is fine. You just want to be able to hit it harder, I guess. We're gonna kind of speed through the rest of this, 'cause I feel like we kind of saw most of your positioning is fine. It just comes down to like mechanical things. Okay, so we could have done a little bit more there, but at the same time, just it's kind of like a on-ball decision-making thing. So you could have maybe like got a better angle on it before and like got around it and hit it up the wall more or something. Yeah. But I mean, for the most part, it was just good that you rotated out. Nice, good catch and good flick. So we're kind of okay, this is unfortunate.
Yeah.
So this is, your teammate got back kind of slow here, but at the same time, our challenge, we didn't really challenge and we didn't really go back. Yeah, so I would say if you're gonna,
I was honestly kind of expecting a weak hit from Beast Boss.
Yeah.
To go towards the wall, so I was gonna catch that, and then it just.
Yeah. That thing happened. I don't blame you for that, Reed. I think it's not entirely your fault. However, what is your fault is giving them so much time to do what they wanted. So you could have jumped here and beat them.
Yeah.
But you gave them a lot of time to do what they wanted, and you kind of just sat in the middle of the field. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's okay though, because you win. So It means you didn't make any mistakes, right? I think.
I don't think that's how that works.
Nope, I'm the coach, trust me. That's what it means. Yep. If you win the game, you played perfect, I think. Ooh, close. Not even close. Nice. Okay, so we'll go back a little bit. Your teammate challenges. Okay, so this kind of goes back to the whole, like, taking better angles for things, right? So if I could please get to where I want to be. Okay, so we know this is bouncing off this wall. We don't know if it's going up maybe or if it's coming out, but we kind of know that it's probably going to come out. So why get on the left side of the ball here and like try to, you risk own goaling and you have to get like a perfect touch to put this into the corner. So why do that when you could just, if you kind of see, you're already on this side of the field. If you just stayed on this side and kind of came right here, this would have been so much easier if you just stayed on the opposite side. But you kind of made it way harder for yourself than you needed to. Whoops.
Coming closer to the wall?
So if you stay in front of your goal here and hit it on, like if you swerve to your right a little bit and then like a little bit earlier, so like let's say you're right here now instead, like, and then you come out for it, you see how like that would have been a lot easier to hit because you just hit it into your corner, but instead you kind of like let it bounce past you. I don't know, did that make sense or should I explain it different?
So stop it right there. So I should have been coming along more towards the boost pads? Or
Yeah.
A little bit wider.
So like right around here.
Oh, so the far boost pad. Okay.
Yeah, so you just want to rotate more around the, like, give yourself a better angle. So you know this is gonna, you saw this is coming in at this angle, so it's gonna bounce out around middle, and it's gonna stay probably low, maybe high, but, so you know it's gonna bounce middle here. So instead of coming around behind the ball and trying to get it out, like if you just slowed down right around here and waited for it to bounce and then hit it into your corner, it would have been a lot safer.
Okay.
But it ended up working out. Mainly because they missed the shot, though. So you are doing good when it comes to solo queuing of let your teammates, or your teammate, doing most of the dirty work, which is exactly what you should do. Kind of let him mess around in the corner. You're not going to have a lot of success if you're the one that's always jumping around in the corners. You're going to kind of feel like it's not your fault when you get scored on because your teammate's going to be the one playing defense. So this way you have a little bit more control of the game, I guess.
People in solo, I tend to be ball chasers, so.
Yeah. Okay, I like how you're kind of turning out a lot and you're not really overcommitting. Your positioning is probably better than pretty much everybody else's in this lobby. It's just the mechanics thing. Nice challenge from your teammate. So we kind of jumped from far away with a single jump when we could have jumped closer with a double jump, and it would have been a lot faster. So you kind of see we jumped from way back here, and we kind of like had to like fly down to it. So you want to be, so you want to double jump first of all when it's this high. So that's a good habit that we want to get as soon as we can. I think that'll really transform your aerials a lot, because the single jumps are a lot more difficult to control, I feel like, too. Nice. Okay, so excuse me. So
you think they're easier to control as a double jump than a single jump?
I do feel that way, yes. But the takeoff is harder. So the way that I explain it, personally at least, is a single jump is, it's easier because you can take off and be a little more incorrect. You don't have to be like as set up as a double jump. But a double jump, if you take off from the right spot, it's really, really easy. So like if I'm single jumping for this, I can like adjust myself a lot. But a double jump, if I'm already kind of on target, I guess it's a lot easier. But what I wanted to talk about first is free play. So, do you use free play a lot or not really?
I don't use free play a lot. I use custom training,
Okay.
kind of more.
Okay, so that's still helpful. But I do want to see you do a little more free play. So custom training is good for specific things, but free play is good at making you not miss the ball. So if you're sitting there working on custom trainings for power shots, it's gonna make your power shots better, but you're still gonna it's not really gonna help your consistency that much, because it's kind of like a pre-set up ball. You're not really reading anything. You're just practicing the touch itself. So I want to see you do something like this. So a lot of people in free play will sit here and they'll be like, all right, taking the ball to the wall, and I'm going to air dribble it all day long. And they're just going to sit here and practice this all day. And it doesn't really help. I want to see you do stuff like this where you're hitting the ball off the wall and you're kind of trying to get power shots on it. So I want to see you hit it as hard as you can across the field. And it's not super easy to have it kind of look like this, but you're just kind of looking for power as much as you can. So you're waiting for the bounce. And do you know how to power shot, or kind of do you understand the timing of what I'm doing, or not really?
It's right when it comes off the floor.
Yeah, exactly.
It bounces and comes right back up.
Yeah, exactly. And if you have a setup I don't know, where you want to go for something, it's okay, but the focus is really to kind of tune in these power shots. If you can get these consistent and your free play kind of looks like what mine's looking like right now, outside of air dribbles and stuff like that, if you can get it to look like this, you're gonna really just skyrocket. Just being able to really put a lot of power on, even being able to just when the ball's in your own half, and just being able to put a really good amount of power, I don't know, towards the net if you can. It'll help a lot. So this is the main thing I recommend. Do you have any questions so far, or anything specific that you want to work on?
I mean, I understand pretty much what you say. It's just it's I don't know why I can do things in free play or just in custom training, and then when I get in the game, it's all back to everything I've done for the last 4 years. I don't know how to translate what I'm doing here to.
I gotcha.
That makes sense. It's probably very weird, but
No, I totally get what you're saying. So, unfortunately, I wish I had a better answer for you than what I'm about to say, but I think, in my mind, what translates to that is kind of maybe the custom training thing, how that's not really helping you that much. If it's not really translating from practice to game, then doing predetermined custom trains to work on specific things isn't really going to help you. I think just getting more comfortable with car control in general, and kind of doing what I'm saying here with just hitting the ball as hard as you can. It's not really a technique thing that you have to remember in game. It's just an overall consistency thing.
Okay.
So that's why I feel maybe this will still be pretty useful. Outside of that, when it comes to specific things that you're trying to start doing in game and you kind of are having trouble translating it, I think that kind of comes back to what I was saying before, how when you know you're doing something wrong and you want to fix it, go into a couple games only thinking about that. So let's say I'm really struggling with, do you know what shadow defense is?
I'm not good at it, but yes.
Okay, let's say you're really struggling with shadow defense. Go into 1v1 games, give up the ball, go to 1v1 casuals, give them the ball, and just shadow all game, a couple times, a couple games in a row, and doing stuff like that. And that's just an example, but doing that for everything. So if you, let's say, me personally, I'll give you an example. So I had this really bad problem with, because I'm a 3v3 main, so I had this problem with always going back for my my corner boost. I always just we'd have pressure on their half, and I'd sit there and I'd go all the way back because I didn't have boost, rather than collecting pads. So I went into a good, pretty much for a couple days, I just didn't allow myself to ever grab the back corner boost when the ball was in the other half. I just even if I went all the way back, I wouldn't let myself grab it. I'd make sure I grabbed pads instead, just to kind of break that habit, and it really did help.
You need to talk to my two partner.
uh,
The ball will be in front of him, and he'll give up the ball to go track down a big boost. And I'm like, dude, you can't do that. No, I have no boost.
that sounds like me.
I have my problems, but the ball cannot be right in front of you in twos, and you just give up on the ball.
That was something that I definitely would have done too, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's how I fixed that problem though, and I feel like maybe if there's something that you're not doing, like double jump aerials is a big one.
Double jump is one. I know I need that one bad.
Yeah.
Like I am so slow on getting up.
Yeah, there was a couple like aerial opportunities you had where you could have just double jumped and it would have been a lot more consistent. And that's just in one game. There's at least 3, so I mean.
Yeah, it's every game. Like if you watch every replay, that's every game. Like, and I just get beat so much. And
I get you.
I used to not miss that much, but I don't know, something recently. I haven't changed settings or anything, and I seem to be missing aerials a lot more, which is very frustrating.
Do you ever like? I'm not sure, so I have no idea like what you do with your life type of thing. But do you ever like just sit in Discord calls with friends or anything like that, or are you kind of usually busy? Or like, do you ever like listen to something? I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to get at is like, I don't really do much with my life, right? I ain't got nothing going on, so I just sit in Discord calls all day, pretty much, whenever I'm not working. So, for me, when I'm not feeling like playing the game, I'll just like autopilot free play, and just kind of talk to my friends.
That's probably what I need to like. I'll throw on music, and then I'll do custom training. But I think like the lack of free play throughout my however many hours I have. I mean, I've been playing since 2016.
Yeah.
And it's been like every year we go up one rank, or but I don't think my free time play is probably under 50 hours.
Yeah, so that's definitely gonna be why the consistency is gonna be like kind of an issue for you. Luckily though, you can pick up free play at any time. Just because you didn't free play for that whole time doesn't mean you have to make up all of those hours. Like, it's still gonna just help you now. So I mean, that's gonna be the biggest thing for you for sure. It's just a matter of if you're willing, I guess. And I think
I've been much more willing lately. It used to be when I started, it was just it's a game to play.
Yeah.
And then we've gotten Diamond, and really when I hit Diamond 2, it was like, I should probably start actually practicing something, because I never like. The only time I spent any practicing is like if I wanted to work on something when somebody scored a goal. Like, that's how I learned how to aerial. When somebody scored a goal, I would practice aerial. Just getting in the air. Like when I was bronze and silver, that's how I learned.
Yeah.
And then even like half flips backwards when you're trying to go the other direction.
Yeah.
Like that's what when somebody scores, like that's what I work on it.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, and it's good that you were at least trying new things there. I don't think it's hard, because technically speaking, if I'm recommending anything, it should be practice more than play, right? Because that's where you're at right now. That's the most important thing. But I also know, as a person who plays Rocket League, and that's not fun. Like, nobody wants to just sit and practice all day. So the only other thing I can say is the closest thing to free play that's actually playing the game is 1v1. And I know we kind of talked before about 1v1's kind of sucking, a little bit at least. It's kind of hard to play too much, but something that I do a little bit is I'll do you play on Steam? I'm guessing so, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So something that I do is I'll do this. I'll change my name. I'll do chat off. I'll turn off chat. I'll put on a song that I like. I'll put it on loop or whatever, or I'll just find like lo-fi or whatever, and I'll just play ones and just chill. And like, my ones rank usually stays about the same, or it goes down when that happens, because I'm just playing to play. but it does help. I feel like it gets me more consistent.
Yeah, like runs rank, threes rank, I don't really care about because I don't do it very often. That's usually when I'm just by myself. My friend's not on. My kids won't play with me. Guess I'll do ones and threes that way. Twos I kind of care a little bit more, so I don't really goof around in twos.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean,
the day ranks rank. And
yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, I think.
So do you have any tips for learning double jumps? Like, I know.
Do you use Bacchus mod at all or no?
I have it. I have not used it in a long time.
Okay. Something I can say is that because I don't use it, but something you can do is, do the thing where it throws it up to the backboard and just practice double jumping for it. That works on your ability to read the backboard and also works on your double jumps.
Okay.
Otherwise, if you wanted to, I mean, there's not really any great ways, unfortunately, to practice aerials other than aerial control. So if you're working on aerials, then have you done workshop maps?
The original rings I've done a little bit, but not when I was learning air rolls. I haven't done it with air rolls yet.
Well, so that's going to be something that you want to try if you're trying to work on your air rolls. But when it comes to the double jump aerials, there's kind of not a lot. If you do a lot of custom trainings and focus on double jumping when you take off, it'll slowly do it. But otherwise, just playing and making sure you're doing them. Let's see if I have any. Where am I going? So maybe like find like a map that you kind of land on the ground a lot. So maybe like this one's pretty decent. So this is called Speed Jump 2 by DMC. And you kind of, there's a lot of small stages. So I mean, just double jumping for these even is going to help you a little bit. So maybe workshop maps will help. That's really the only, way I can see practicing it efficiently. Unfortunately, double jumping specifically on aerials and going for a ball is kind of hard to set up unless you have a friend that's going to pass it to you. If you have a friend that will go into a private match and, pop it up for you. I mean, and we could do that with, because we have some extra time today still. And we kind of went through all the important stuff. So we can do some of that. I mean, doesn't hurt.
Okay.
Do you have anything else specifically that you want to work on or talk about?
Well, it's really just getting faster, and it's it's good to know that my rotations are good.
Yeah.
Because that's pretty much how I play. There was not much different in there. I guess in threes I'm a little more aggressive, but that's more because I don't care about my threes rank, so I'm just out.
Just playing.
Yeah. Seeing what I can do. But in terms of like a lot of times, like as soon as I go up, like I know I'm beat just because I'm not getting there fast enough. And it's frustrating.
Okay, let's go into a private match quick. So I'm gonna just create it with a name and password. Alright, so the name will be CAP123, and the password will also be the same thing, because why not? Oh, never mind, don't join that. I didn't set the map, so it put me on a crazy map. It'll be the same info once I make it. Yeah, cap123 for both. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna talk about is do you know what a fast aerial is?
I know it's when you go up and you hit it twice, but well.
Yeah, that looked like you did it right. Yeah, let me spectate you for a second. Try it again. Yeah, that was correct. Okay, cool. So we don't really have to go over that. It's just tilting back and kind of delaying that second jump rather than double jumping and then boosting. So you were doing that right. Okay, so you don't need help with that. Do you know how to wave dash pretty effectively?
No, not at all.
Okay,
Never even tried it.
well, that's something we can do. So best way I practice it, if you want to follow me, is to kind of, you see this little like line right here?
Yeah.
I usually stay like right above it or right on it, and I practice off the wall first. So your goal at first is going to be, maybe if you're really struggling to learn it and you want to learn it in steps, the first step is to land on your wheels. So practice like air rolling and landing flat.
Wrong arrow.
Wrong arrow.
Okay, it's this button. Yeah, it's this button. I'm so used to, I've taught myself arrow left, so that's what I've been using, not...
I see.
I'm just retarded. I didn't land flat, but...
So it can help you, if you're more used to arrow left, you can practice it going this way. Because that'll be the... Hey, that was pretty good. Okay, we're gonna do this first, right? Ready? So I want you to just do this. Jump and tilt back a little bit. Don't do anything else. Just try to just tap the jump button. Yeah, perfect. The longer you hold it, the higher you jump. So yeah, just tap it and make sure your back wheels are hitting the ground first, and then after your back wheels hit the ground, flip forward.
Wait, flip. Okay.
So you're doing a front flip.
Nope, too early.
So you did just a jump. So you have to make sure you're tilting forward. So you kind of tilt back a little bit further, and then kind of in one fluid motion, your back wheels hit as you're leaning forward. Hey, you did it, I think. And then you flipped afterwards, which is fine.
Oh, not supposed to flip? Wait.
So you, like, the flip is to do that thing where it kind of cancels in the ground like this.
Not too far.
Yeah, you did it. You just jumped
Almost.
afterwards. So you did it right, though. Ooh, close. And as you tune it in and get the timing down a little bit better, you'll stop doing the thing where it kind of like flips you forward.
Why is it?
Oh, let me try spectating. Oops.
Why is it flipping?
So it has to do with the timing of and like the angle of your car. So let me watch it again. So you're doing it a little bit too early. Your back wheels aren't hitting the ground. You can do it a lot later than you think. You just have to make sure you're holding forward. So tilt back a little bit further. Ooh, yeah, you did it right. I think you just were spamming the jump button too fast, so you did some extra flips, but close. Nice. That was perfect.
And
So,
what's the purpose of that?
so if you wanna switch to spectate real quick, and I'll kind of show you. So if you kind of see without like boosting at all, see how it's making me go like a lot faster when I'm doing a bunch in a row. So without boosting at all, I can get to supersonic if I don't mess it up. Jeez. But the point of that is, let's say I don't have boost right now. Okay, let's say I'm going for the ball in this corner, don't have boost, and I'm on the blue team, right? And I landed up here or something. I'm trying to get back. The main time you use this is you'll kind of like wave dash on the ground and then flip, and you can see how I'm supersonic now, and I didn't boost at all.
Huh.
So it gives you the speed of, because you know how you speed up when you flip. Flipping makes you faster. The wave dash pretty much it's a flip, but it cancels out the animation, so it kind of cuts off some of that time and space. So technically the same thing would happen if I just flip twice, but when I wave dash off the wall, it's faster. You can see how much quicker.
Oh
that
yeah,
is.
quarter of the court versus almost
Yeah.
3/4 of the court.
Yeah. So I mean, it's, I don't know why I took the ball. It's not free play, but yeah. So that's why you want to be able to do that. The main time is off the wall, but technically you can do it on the ground too. You can just sit here and do this all day, but the ground helps more. Eventually you'll get to the point where you can like hold power slide and kind of do stuff like this and just flip around and keep most of your momentum. But I mean, yeah, it's pretty helpful though. You can join a team back. Then if you want to try it on the ground, nice. So the main thing to think about when you're doing it off the wall is if you do it from, if you angle your cart like kind of up when you jump off the wall, you're gonna jump up and then it's gonna take too long and you won't have your flip. But if you angle your car straight down, you're not gonna have time to do it either. So you want to make sure you're jumping sideways and level out and then do it. And it's gonna take some practice, but doing it off the wall, in my opinion, is the most helpful thing. Especially because if you can do it off the wall, you can really do it off the ground too. So try being a little bit higher on the wall.
Higher on the wall?
Yeah, just a little bit. Make sure you're still driving sideways, but start higher. Hey, I think you did it.
I did, and then it flipped. Like, I can see when I do it, like, there's a weird... I don't know, you can just see when you do it, but...
Yeah. Nice.
Oh, almost. Hit it once, just couldn't keep it going.
Yeah, so that's something else that if you want to, now that you know how to do it for the most part, you can practice. It's not something that's as important as like per se like double jump aerials, but it is something that's useful. I would say it's similar but less helpful than a half flip. I think half flips, like the turnaround thing, are a little bit more useful, but this is kind of similar where it's just like it has its time and place, but it's just kind of nice goal. Nice goal.
I try.
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed. Looks good. Ouch. Ugh, I'm getting old. My back hurts.
Shut up. Shut up.
Hey, what? You don't know how old I am. Maybe I'm 50.
I don't think so.
If you want to try, we can do your double jump aerials a little bit. I can try setting you up a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pop it up. There you go. Go for it.
I boosted too late.
Here's a good way to do it. Oh, whoops. I'm gonna just pop it up for you. I'm gonna hit it straight downfield. Oh no, this isn't gonna go well. There you go, double jump. Hey, nice. I kind of hit that hard, so. Oh, and he fouled it.
I spun. I spun again.
You can kind of see how even with another person that is decent at popping the ball up, it's still hard to like set up properly. I can like roll it off the wall, kind of hit it out like that. That's probably the best way to do it.
Overshot. Oh, it didn't go up.
I was hoping it would.
I thought it was gonna come off the wall.
Yeah, me too. That's bad. I also get really bad frames when because I'm recording and screen sharing right now.
Gotcha.
So I'm pretty much watching a slideshow.
Oh, that sucks.
It's okay. The recording still somehow stays. I don't understand. The recording stays at like proper frames, but for me, I'm like it's teleporting. It's so weird. But that's okay.
I think I double jumped, right?
Yeah. At least I think so.
I think I did.
There you go. Go get it. So the hard part about this is that I'm not really giving you the best setups. So it's kind of hard for you to double jump for things
so
that you
more
don't
game,
need to.
like, yeah, it's more.
I kind of hit it off the ceiling. That's my fault. I pranked you a little bit. Okay.
Yes. I was up.
Alright, here you go. Oh, that's another bad one. Yeah, I could turn on my screen share then, I guess. That'll help.
That's fine. I mean, we're just kind of.
Yeah.
We went over the important stuff.
Hopefully my frames are good now. I would imagine, because I usually can record just fine. But
Oh, I missed that. Wow.
I lied. My frames still suck. That's okay. Nice.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
So I'm thinking about it. Oh, nope, I flipped.
That's not what I wanted. Nice.
Not too
close.
high. Too high.
Do you have anything else that you specifically want to work on?
No, it's really just I think that, and I think I'm gonna spend some time in free play. I can't do my work hours are nuts. So
Okay. Do you just work overtime, or is it just like? Really
I'm
random?
salaried, so I work I work overnight. So I get up at 6 p.m. to go to work, and I usually get home about 11. I flipped.
Okay.
11 in the afternoon, so it's like I don't know how many hours that is. It usually turns into like a 14, 15, 16-hour day.
How many days do you do that a week?
So I'm lucky because I only work 4 on, 4 off.
Oh, that is pretty nice.
But those 4 days I work are killer.
I see. Well, hopefully they're paying you good for that.
It's pretty decent.
Can't relate. I just quit my job a couple days ago.
I want to, but
Don't we all? Yeah.
keep trying to win that lottery and
Yeah.
it's not working.
I just quit because my job was just so bad. There's just a lot of issues.
Oh, too high. Yeah.
It's just a basic factory job where it was like I pretty much just stood and watched something happen and didn't do anything, but also wasn't allowed to sit or listen to music or have water. So it was just long days.
You don't even have water?
Nope, because it was a clean room. Because we were working with it was like a bottle filling place. So yeah, no water, no water, no food or anything, no sitting, no listening to music, no radios playing or anything.
I flipped. God damn it.
All of that for $13.50 an hour. So yeah, that didn't last very long. Okay, let's see if I can get the backflips happen a lot.
So hopefully that'll go away at some point if I practice enough.
Yeah, so I think part of it, maybe you can not do what's up?
What is it? It's
Yeah, it's about sensitivities.
Dodge. Is it Dodge Dead Zone?
I usually recommend between 60 and 70, roughly.
Okay, I'm 0.75, so I guess come down to. I'll meet in the middle, 65. We'll try that.
Yeah, that's what I plan. But at the same time, If it's higher, it means you should backflip less.
Oh, really?
I think that's how that works. Wait. I don't know. Wait, I'm stupid. I think I thought about that wrong. Sorry. I went into complete autopilot.
You're fine. You're fine.
Took the ball off the wall and started going for a double touch. Okay. Take it to the wall again.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Bang!
Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, just missed it. But I didn't flip.
I'm gonna take it over here. Alright, it's going downfield. Oh, not really. I lied.
Oh, see, that's part of my problem too. I overshoot it, I guess.
Yeah.
Too much momentum going forward, and then
Yeah.
I'm not going up. I'm going out.
I guess the only thing I can really say about that is just try not to be driving too much or too fast forward when you're going for them.
Yay, nice spin.
Save it. Eh.
There you can.
Ah. I
Okay.
scored.
Oh, did you score? Oh.
Technically.
Wait, who's...
Just
I'm
because we're
still
on different
winning,
teams.
so I did everything right.
Yeah, you're winning. That's true.
I'll let you go. I will go practice, and then we'll set up a time. I'll get a hold of you when I've got some time off work.
Cool. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm down for pretty much anything. I think it says that we have 30 days to do it before it expires. So I usually recommend just a week or two, but really whenever.
I think it'd probably be closer to. I
Sure.
go back to work Sunday. I work 4, but then I don't have 4 days. I got a weird schedule coming up because
Okay.
the other person's on vacation. So, but I think in about 2 weeks I've got 4 days, and I'll practice and shoot you a message.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I mean, I think.
Are you gonna want another replay between now and then?
I would, yeah. That would be
Okay.
helpful.
Okay.
Preferably as close to the session as possible.
Okay.
But okay, cool.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, that's all I have for you. So I'll see you in a couple weeks.
Okay.
All right. See ya.
Bye.